Welcome to the Razer TSL. I am Artosis and I'm beside Chill once again today. This is a very exciting day for us. Yesterday we had the first day of round of 4, and that was Draco against Noni. Draco just pulling out his total A game like he was a pro gamer that has never been retired, and he just totally killed Noni 3-0. And today we get to see who his opponent's going to be in the TSL finals. It's either going to be JF or Brat. Sorry about that, a little difficulty right there. So anyways, we do have JF against Brat OK, the Russian Terran. You know, these two were not really predicted as winners. A lot of people were saying Dreven, they were saying Mondragon, they were saying Draco, of course. But JF and Brat are a little bit under the radar, but both excellent players, totally deserve to be here. So let's go over, you know, how they got here. JF, of course, he came out of a very strong group. He beat Strelok and Temujin, actually, in the round of 32. And then in the round of 16, who did he have, Chill?
I believe he played Cloud, a Protoss versus Protoss, and he beat him 2-1. It was an exciting series, but JF just showed his domination with shuttles and reavers. It was quite amazing to watch, actually.
Indeed, and Brat, of course, he came out of Noni's group, actually. He won that group, a group that Noni was expected to take. He took out the player Tarson, the Terran from Poland, as well as Noni to win that group, and then he killed HeyPro in the round of 16 with... in the round of 4, of course, he was up against Dreven, the Mondragon killer, and he showed us his amazing, amazing TVP right there. And he just 3-0'd Dreven, so, I mean, we have some really strong players here today. Chill, who do you think is going to take it down?
Well, I mean, this is a heavyweight match, as heavy as they come. It's really hard to predict given how strong these players have shown themselves to be. I have to give the edge just a little bit to JF. I've seen his harassment. Based on the maps, I think it favors kind of a harassment style, and JF is Canada's last hope. So I'm gonna put my chips all in with JF.
Well, that's kind of dirty. I'm telling you, I want to see a TVP final. I want this new hero Terran from Russia to absolutely destroy JF and move on to fight Draco in the most epic TVPs that we are likely to see in the foreigner scene. So I am absolutely rooting for Brat. So let's talk about the first map they're going to be playing on. This is actually the map that they'll be playing on twice if it goes to 5 games. Wuthering Heights, one of the new Pro League maps. Really a very nice map. We've seen a lot of PvZ action on it, and we saw it, of course, Noni and Draco play on it yesterday in an amazing PvP game. What do you think about the map balance for this matchup, Chill?
You know, this is a really interesting map because everything about it tells me it should be Protoss favored. The expansions are kind of hard to defend, the third bases, and it's really open with multiple routes, and that should favor Protoss. But we see in the pro scene, a lot of teams are sending out Terrans on Wuthering Heights, which means obviously it should be favored a Terran map. We saw Brat basically dismantle Dreven on this map. He looked basically flawless. I still think it's a Protoss map if they can exploit it properly. But it's hard to say. I mean, we could pretty much call it balanced. What are your thoughts?
You know, I looked at the map. I took one look at it, and I thought, same as you. I thought, you know what, this is a Terran graveyard. Protoss is absolutely going to dominate Terran here, just running around the armies. But, you know, it's not seeming to come out that way. We saw, of course, as you said, Brat versus Dreven, and, I mean, Brat just absolutely rolled him. So, I mean, I think if the Terran can adapt to playing the map correctly, because it's, you know, it's an odd playstyle you have to use here with that third expansion being just so far away. You can't be a macro turtle, really. So, you know, if the Terran can adjust himself, I think it becomes a really, really good and balanced map for TVP.
And I mean, we can analyze this all day, but in the end, we're going to have to see what Brad OK and JF can get done on this map. Here we go, the round of 4. Hit it, Hot Bit.
It's showtime.
Welcome to the Razer TSL. This is the round of 4, day number 2. Yesterday, of course, we did have Draco advance against Noni, and today we will see who will be in the finals of TSL for playing for $5,000. That is so much money. And we have JF against Brat. And now we're going to start off on Wuthering Heights here. We have Brat in the bottom right of the map as Terran, and we have JF in the top left of the map as Protoss. And you know what? This is probably the most pressured match either of them have ever played. They're both, you know, somewhat new to this high level play. This is one of the biggest tournaments we've ever had, and this game alone is worth like $1,500. Wow, that is just so much. So, I mean, just for one best of 5, $1,500. That is a big deal. There's going to be a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, and that's something that's definitely going to come into play. I mean, JF, he is quite young. I don't know exactly. I think he's 17, possibly 18, but he has shown that he can choke in high pressure situations. So we're gonna have to see how he does here. Whereas Brad, of course, coming out of the Russian army, I mean, I just picture him as the stoic stoic soldier, basically not being affected by pressure at all. So we'll really have to see how that affects the early game for these players.
You know, that's a really good point. With Brat coming out of the Russian army so recently, he is just an epic Russian guy. You know, I don't know if he's going to break under the pressure here. I mean, he's probably had guns shot at him and whatnot. So we're going to open up here. Look at this. This is a pretty interesting opening by Brat. I've never seen a Terran wall here, I don't think. And yeah, that's a little bit weird. If the Protoss player decides to go for like a 10-15 gate range rush, it's going to be extremely hard to get up there and repair those depots.
Yeah, those are quite far away from the Terran main. Fortunately for Brat, they are cross positioned, so that's going to help him. JF, once he scouts this, probably not going to go for any sort of ranged Dragoon rush. He'll probably just expand quicker than normal. But yeah, it does seem quite strange, especially given how small the choke is between the natural and the main. I mean, that's really easy to defend with a few Marines, and we can see Brat is making Marines. So we'll just have to see how JF responds.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how he responds, actually, because, you know, this wall and just getting those SCVs up there, I know as a Terran player, that is extremely hard when it's so far away. That's one of the things that you judge whether you're going to wall in or not, is how far your choke is. Because if it's a far away, it's extremely hard to keep it repaired. You know, the Dragoons can pick off SCVs pretty quickly, and then just totally destroy the depot. So, you know, it's a kind of odd choice here by Brat, but I mean, his TVP has just been flawless so far, so I guess I'm just going to have to trust in him here.
Yeah, we see JF now researching Dragoon range after his first Dragoon. Gonna wait to see if he's getting a second Dragoon. He probably will. We can see Brad is making a second Marine. With this wall, that tells us he's gonna want a fast expand unless he's doing something tricky. But we're gonna expect to see some sort of fast expansion here out of Brad OK.
Yeah, and he has taken an SCV off the gas there, so, well, he has just put one back on, so, you know, he actually could do a 2-fact rush. He does have the gas for it, and that wall-in would kind of conceal it. You know, if I see a wall-in as a Protoss player playing Protoss versus Terran, I'm definitely going to assume that they're doing a fast expand. But, you know, that's... Who knows? We'll see in a second here.
Yeah, he is saving up 400 minerals, SCV moving towards an Alto, so it is going to be a fast expansion. But some sort of dropship play or 2 factory could have been effective. But of course, Brad has shown us so far that he likes to play more straight up. He hasn't shown us too much cheese, except he did that one bunker rush. I believe that was against HeyPro on Wuthering Heights. But other than that, we've seen pretty typical standard play. And we see here JF is laying down a second gateway just to supplement his first.
You know, that's a somewhat odd build, I think, because that second gateway, he's not really going to be able to put on too much pressure. You know, it's a little bit slow. Brat is definitely going to have a tank out with siege mode before he loses any depot at his wall. And now we have JF attacking the wall, and these SVs are just going to come right up. He already has SVs up there. He knew this wall is going to need to be repaired, and up comes a tank. Dragoon's going to have to back off a little bit there. He's going to have to wait for maybe a few more, try to run in, snipe the tank maybe, who knows. And he's just repositioning the goons now, harassing the wall while he does take his expand. So although Brat is getting a quicker expand, Jeff's is decently fast as well.
And I mean, the damage from these Dragoons is a little annoying. JF moving and targeting the tank. Brat way out of position. Tank only had 2 hits left, forced to siege. JF can back off and just deal damage on this supply depot. This is really annoying for Brat. He's forced to siege, unsiege. If he moves too close, JF is just going to run in and snipe that. Brat is now moving in forward, and JF backs off. So a tense opening there. That could have ended in disaster for Brat, okay, but he handled it well.
Oh, definitely. If he had lost that tank, that would have been a really big deal. When you're doing a siege expand, you lose that first tank. The Protoss just gains so much momentum, so much tempo. They can just basically, you know, power you down. They'll hit the wall in, they'll pick off SCVs while you repair, waiting for that second tank, and it gets brutal. So it's very nice of Brat to pull that back. And we see Brat now, he's going for a second factory. He's already making a vulture out of it before making any more factories. So he's definitely going to get aggressive very quickly here. He's just got, it looks like 3 tanks, 2 tanks out already, 1 more making, and speed going for vultures while pumping vultures out of that second factory. So we're either going to see a very quick tank push off of 2 facts, or maybe just some vulture speed so he can, you know, scout the map, pick out a few probes and whatnot, see what JF is doing.
And it looks like JF is thinking that Brad OK is going to go into a passive game, maybe wait for 4 factories and whatnot. He's got a pylon. I thought he was going to put gateways there, possibly to facilitate a flank, but it looks like that pylon is just to stop and scout vulture harassment, so nothing too exciting out there. Brad OK moving 2 vultures out to the bottom left. They're going to intercept this probe if the probe is trying to take the main of the bottom left. And that's, just another pylon going down to scout for vultures. Really strange, but it makes sense. On an open, wide map like this, vultures really are effective, and we saw vultures used well against Dreven by Brad OK, so it looks like Jeff's done his homework.
And it looks like this is a really smart move by him, really. You know, he's across the map. He doesn't want any vultures running in from the side, so, you know, I give props to him. He's playing a safe game. He's very confident, you can tell. He's not doing any sort of all-in type of move. And look at this. He is getting a robotics support bay with the shuttle. He's pumping out a Reaver now, and it looks like he'll be leaving with just 1 Reaver, as he does have an observer in the robotics after that. So this is actually a very nice opening against what Brat has done so far. You know, just vultures and tanks are not that good against Reaver, but we do see that Brat is also getting a couple comm stats right now as well as an armory, so this looks like a modified flash opening here, and that's actually going to help him out quite a bit. If he scans that and sees that robotic support facility, he's going to be able to get his Goliaths into place, and this Reaver harass is not going to do that much.
Yeah, I'm surprised this armory is coming so quickly. I mean, on a the flash build is normally used for mobile anti-air, but you can build turrets on this map quite a bit, push around the outside. You can build turrets in your main quite a bit. The Goliaths, of course, being made just to take out that shuttle. Here comes the shuttle coming down the middle of the map. It's got a Reaver and a Dragoon, and unfortunately it flies right over that vulture. So now Brad OK is going to know exactly where that shuttle is coming, and that's really unfortunate for JF. We see no Goliaths out yet for Brad OK, but he has caught wind of this Reaver drop. We're going to have to see if JF can get it done against this defense.
In the meantime, we see JF, he's taking 12 o'clock, that mineral-only base. I guess he wanted a close base that he could defend more easily. You know, if he expands to like another main or something, Brat can get up there really quickly. It's extremely far away from JF's gates, hard to reinforce, hard to break any pushes that go there. So a pretty standard choice from him there.
Got the shuttle backing off. Looks like it could have possibly dropped their Dragoon and targeted with the Reaver, but JF deciding to play a little safer, backs off. We've got an engineering bay down and quite a few, or excuse me, not quite a few, a single turret up in the main and a single turret up at the expansion. And it looks like Brad OK is getting ready to push here. JF still has the shuttle out just in the middle, flying towards the 3 o'clock now. But an SCV spots that. Brad OK with some sort of mental map hack has his units everywhere the shuttle wants to go. And it looks like he's pushing directly towards that. JF could be in trouble here defending 12 against this beastly army by Brad OK.
Indeed, JF right now, he does not have leg speed. His Citadel is done. He is upgrading. It's almost halfway. And he's adding just his 4th and 5th gates now. So this is a perfect timing push by Brad. And here he comes up the side. This pylon's going to spot him. The shuttle already did, though. And these couple Goliaths are really going to be hurtful for JF. He's not going to be able to do too much harass with this shuttle. No Zealot bombs or anything like that because these Goliaths are going to stop him. Look at this. Brat is setting up on the ledge. It looks like he wants to do a strong push towards this 12 o'clock expansion. Very nice idea by him. And sieging now in the mines. He's got to be a little bit careful. A nice Scarab going off. Will it get the Vultures? It gets a couple Vultures. A nicely aimed Scarab. If those Vultures didn't run like that, he would have killed a lot more. And now Jeff comes in. A lot of units. He's got nice surface area there. And the Reaver being dropped right near the tanks. Oh, Jeff has a lot of units here. Oh my god. Brat's army is just being absolutely decimated. Very nice move by JF there. He totally destroyed that timing rush.
Wow, JF broke that very cleanly. We can look at the supplies now. JF sitting comfortably at 90, and Brad OK is at 70. Of course, he did try to expand to 3 o'clock at that time. It might be difficult if JF scouts that, but it looks like JF is just sitting back, playing defensively. Brad OK rallying more Vultures, trying to just get a little chokehold on this cliff. That high ground really helping the Terran push, and it looks like he's going to sit there for a while, but I mean, tanks are so slow, he's not going to be able to reinforce that very quickly, and JF's going to be able to crush that when he decides to move out. We see Brat is now Maynarding, it looks like about 10-12 SCVs to the 3 o'clock mineral only, and it's going to be 3 base against 3 base if JF lets Brat hold this. So he's going to have to either flank around, and it looks like Vultures are actually pushing in. Brad is continually pushing forward just with a single tank. We're going to have to see when JF decides to push back against this.
Yeah, this is almost like a fake push. I mean, he does not have a lot of tanks, and JF sees that with his observer. He's coming in with his Zealots. Now, he does have the leg speed, so he's going to run right in here. This is very bad for Brad, and he's going to take out a couple tanks right there and back right off. Very smart, keeping the tank count down. That is a big deal against Brat here. And look at this, just picking off some Vultures. Brat is being a little bit sloppy there, and JF is absolutely punishing him for it. And we see JF, he's got a lot of gateways as his main now, and he is just getting ready to macro. He's taking another base. Look at that, he's taking 9 o'clock, that mineral only as well. That's going to be extremely hard for Brat to attack. He can harass it a little bit with the Vultures, but if JF gets maybe a few cannons down there, keeps some goons in range to run down, then it's going to be extremely hard to attack, especially while all his tanks are up at the 12 o'clock base.
This push by Brat, though, is very smart, using the high ground and then pushing down towards single tank moving forward. That's going to get sniped by Jeff almost instantly. But Brat OK did kill the shuttle of JF, so JF needs to wait for a Reaver and then another shuttle before he can break this. Had the shuttle not been taken out, it would have been quite easy for JF to do Zealot bombs on top of that high ground and just break this push really easily. But as is, Brat OK looking really cost efficient here. He's up at 125 supply and JF sitting at 140, so that's about even in Terran vs Protoss. And Brat does have the positional advantage, so we're gonna have to see what JF can do. He's got a Reaver out with a shuttle. Looks like he's gonna run around.
You know but this is a really impressive play so far by both. I mean, JF has crushed every attack, but Brat's macro is so good. He's still got such supply here, and JF is running around, we see now, and Brat pushing up immediately with these siege tanks. He realizes what's going on, I think, because he is just pushing straight up. But JF is going for the counter in the main, and Brat is going to have to turn around here. This is very dangerous. He does not have units at home. Look at this counter. There are no units at all at Brat's home, and JF is going for it. He's got that shuttle with the Reaver, with the 2 Zealots, a few Speed Zealots with his army, a bunch of Dragoons here, just a wall in, and 1 Spider Mine as defense for Brat. Brat is going to be totally out of position with his army as he brings it back. All his vultures up at 12 o'clock, still attacking that Nexus. Brat, turn around, man, or you're going to lose. Who cares about that Nexus when you're about to lose your entire main base? And JF just pounding in. Look at this. He pounds down that wall in. Brat losing a bunch of SCVs. His economy is going to be very hurt here. And JF is just running in through these siege tanks, through the mines. And Brat is just rallying off. There's not too much Brat can do here. JF, a beautiful counter. And here's Brat's units. They're coming up finally. He's got a ton of vultures, a ton of siege tanks, but he's got to be careful. He's got to push in slow enough that he doesn't lose too many vultures to the goons. And here he goes. He's sieging up at the choke right there and shooting right over. Very nice there. And oh, the Reaver is getting some kills on this turret. It looks like he's going to hurt Brat's economy even more. Oh my god.
Yeah, very dangerous play here by both players. The siege tank's coming back, sieging in. JF is essentially trapped in the main of Brat OK. It's just going to come down to, can he do enough damage to basically make this worthwhile. If he doesn't kill a bunch of factories, it's going to be very bad for JF, and he's not. Brat OK came back at the perfect time. Brat OK sitting at 136 now, or excuse me, I got them backwards. Brat is at 100 and JF is sitting comfortably at 126. So I don't know who's ahead. The 12 o'clock is still alive, and it looks like JF is going to defend that. But Brat has a huge army at this point rolling out. It's quite surprising. We see a Reaver drop actually at 3 o'clock. All the SCVs gone. I don't know if they were mained or killed. It looks like quite a few kills there for JF. The SCV's coming back now. And JF is just rolling on. That 9 o'clock base now fully saturated with the cannon up for defense. It looks very good for JF at this point.
Oh yeah, JF is pulling way ahead. That was a beautiful Reaver drop. He killed almost every SCV at that expansion, as well as most in the main and the natural with that counter. So JF's economy is looking extremely strong. He's got 4 bases going, really nice saturation at all of them. Meanwhile, Brat with his 3 bases, he just does not have the SCVs. He looks like a Zerg right now. He has so few SCVs, and that is absolutely going to hurt. And JF is going to punish him. And look at this, JF is coming down right now to punish him. He knows Brat is low on everything. Just running these Zealots right through the Spider Mines so that he can come in with the goons. But no, he does turn around. JF looks like he's playing it extremely safe this game. He knows how far ahead he is, and he wants to stay ahead.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like, as we said, the multiple paths. JF has the advantage. He can attack wherever he wants. If he wants to attack into that 3 o'clock, if he wants to run around and counter the main, it's very difficult for Brat OK to deal with this. He's got to keep his tanks sieged in a defensive position and then basically move his defense to answer.
And now we have, looks like JF is coming down through the center of the map. Brat is all over the place. He has so many vultures. And we have a dropship over at 9 o'clock right now with a couple siege tanks. Very nice. He has set up some spider mines in the way of JF's army getting over there. But not enough, it looks like. JF is just going to pound right through here. JF moving the probes. It looks like he did not lose any, except, no, none at all so far. Just a cannon dying to those drops. And oh no, he's going to lose all these vultures. And JF has a huge amount of supply right now. He's going to just plow through this attack of Brat. But it was a nice try by Brat. He knew he was behind. He had to do something to catch up, and it was a good idea. Just did not work out this time for him, and JF just pounds it. JF sitting right now 160 supply to 86 of Brat. There's almost no way to come back when Protoss has this many bases up on you. With that supply difference, JF is looking in a very solid position to take game 1.
And we've got 4 vultures loaded in that dropship moving towards JF's natural. Those are going to drop. Looks like JF smelted. He's got a cannon coming down now. But the Dragoons coming almost instantly defend that very nicely. JF putting up a good defense in the dropship. Is it going to get taken out? No, actually, it does not. Gets dropped in the main. Very nice play by Brat OK, but unfortunately he's sitting at 100 supply, whereas JF is coming up to max. He's at 170. Brat is pushing up to 12 o'clock with several tanks but no vultures. He already lost all his vultures, and it looks like JF is just going to 1A, 2A, 3A through this. Not enough support units for Brat OK. Really not much he can do here at this point, and JF is going to take game 1.
Yes, he is, and GG, JF does take game one. Very strong play. I mean, you want to know how to PVT on this map, that's how you do it.
Yeah, the counter, I mean, that was just the telling tale. Knowing that he can't play the elimination race, he's got to keep his army together as a Terran player. And coming back, it looked like he did well, but I mean, I guess that counter just did enough to Brad O'K's production and his SCVs to keep JF in the game, basically put him way ahead.
Indeed it did, and JF, he's looking strong. Brad is going to have his work cut out for him here. It
but
looks
I mean,
like the next map that we're going to be going on to is going to be Blue Storm. Now, Blue Storm, this is a really balanced map in the Pro Leagues for TVP. I think it's within 2 games right now, and you know, I think it's a little bit of a Protoss map because carriers are just so good on it, but if Terran splits that map in half, it's going to be extremely hard for Protoss to do anything at all.
Yeah, and Blue Storm really lends itself to a specific style of play because of that small entrance. Protoss really does have to open up Reavers and just to defend that initial push and then move straight into carriers. And I mean, JF is the Reaver king, basically. If someone had to defend my life with Reavers, I don't know who else I would pick besides JF. So really, this map is kind of, in the early game at least, is playing right into his hands. We did see Brat put up a nice defense against Dreven, and then with a quick middle push, he basically pushed before Terran normally does. And that really worked out well against Dreven. We're going to have to see if he tries that again, or if he's got a more game-specific plan against JF at this point.
And with that being said, let's go, Hotbit.